Big political leadership news today. Even by Canberra standards, it is a time of unrest, as we just explained there. There's a new cabinet for Labor, but also a new old leader for the Nationals. The Greens are rudderless, the Liberals are at war, dogs and cats are living together. Mass hysteria. Roll the package. As the election dust settles and the losing parties search for a new captain, one contest at least has been decided.
It's a great honour to lead our great party.
Today, newcomer David Littleproud won the National Party leadership, wresting power away from incumbent David Littleproud.
I think it's a great thing that leadership positions are challenged.
The once and future party leader had fought off a challenge from within.
Now the caravan is on its way.
Senator Matt Canavan's unsuccessful bid centred on his favourite topic, abandoning net zero targets.
We'll dump that net zero policy and get back to making sure that we provide the cheap energy Australians deserve.
Look, I don't think that Matt Canavan gave David Littleproud a serious run for his money. I think that it was more symbolic. He wanted to stand up for all the things that he believes in, and he did that. But I don't think he had the votes of coming within cooey of knocking David Littleproud off his perch.
Unlike their coalition partner, the Nats managed to retain almost all their seats, but immediately lost a senator to bitter rivals, their coalition partner.
Pretty bombshell news that Jacinta Price is leaving the Nationals to join the Liberal party room.
Price wasted no time. Before even setting foot in the Libs party room, she'd thrown her hat in for deputy leader alongside Angus Taylor, the man hoping to fill the Peter Dutton-shaped hole in the wall.
We've got to regroup, rebuild and get it back into the fight.
They'll face off in a vote tomorrow against current Deputy Leader Susan Lee. And Senator Holly Hughes is not impressed with the Taylor-Price ticket.
To me, it feels like turning up to an RSL club with a membership form and then saying, by the way, I'm going to run for the board and I want to be president.
Hughes clearly has full-on Angus beef, accusing Taylor of plotting to replace Dutton even before the election, a claim his supporters deny.
Clearly, people of the so-called right were already in the stages of a coup against Peter Dutton before he had even lost his seat.
I think it's safe to say that it is well and truly gotten nasty with the Liberals on both sides. There's going to be some bridges that need to be built after this leadership brawl, because it really has been a brawl.
It might not just be Taylor versus Lee. Tim Wilson, who narrowly won back the seat he lost to Zoe Daniel, may also take a crack at the top job, with exploratory seeds planted in the rich media soil.
Why Tim Wilson should be the next Liberal leader.
The Libs stoush may not be the only three-way race in town. The Greens, who also saw their leader dumped from Parliament, will this Thursday choose between likely contenders Maureen Faruqi, Sarah Hanson-Young and Larissa Waters.
And I suppose they could have co-leaders. They've done that before, but I suspect we won't have a head-to-head leadership brawl, certainly not in the way it is operated from the Liberal Party or the Labor Party in the past.
So as federal parties spin their leadership roulette wheels, which faces will emerge as leaders in the 48th Parliament?
You'd have to ask yourself who won the job of leader of the Liberal Party. I mean, the Nats, I think David Littleproud was always going to win that. Canavan just put his hand up so he could prosecute his side of politics. But I think there might be something interesting will come out of tomorrow. And I think there could be a joint ticket between Susan Lee and Tim Wilson. I think that might end up happening.
Oh, wow.
And that would really put a bomb under the Angus Taylor and Nampijinpa Price ticket. I'm not saying it will happen.
Just on that, let's assume that happens. I love this. Let's wargame this. Yeah. Who would vote for them? Because that would be the sort of renewal, let's make the party liberal again ticket. And there don't seem to be that many people in the party who actually have that politics anymore. That's been one of the consequences of the Teal disruption. So would they command even close to a majority?
It'd certainly split the vote pretty heavily. I mean, maybe Angus Taylor and Jacinta would get over the line. You've got to say that's probably been workshopped for some months. Yep. That just didn't happen by accident after the result.
She's making noises in 2022 about moving to the Liberal Party.
Look, the Liberals believe that she is a real contender when it comes to changing the votes of people. But you're now sitting here with a party that's down in the low 40s in seats. Labor Party's in the low 90s. There's a long way back. So if you put your hand up for that job, you're saying, I would like the worst job in Australian politics for the next 6 years. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But think about the pension that you get afterwards.
Well, no, these people don't get as big a pension anymore.
So is it like putting your hand up?
Yeah, get in there, Pricey.
I've decided not to. Changed my mind. Talk myself out of it.